Good morning, everyone. It is the DCG Readathon. Oh my god, it is so early. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I still have to go wash my face. I don't know what happened here. I think I scratched myself while I was sleeping. It is raining like crazy, so I'm going to fix myself a bit and I'll be back. It is still very dark outside. I don't know why I wake up early right now. I just went to sleep early last night and wanted to have an early start of the day, you know. Today's the 6th. I can't believe it's already the 6th. Like, this week has passed by so quickly. I read 150 pages of Cress for my other readathon, and that's it. The first 3 days, I didn't end up reading anything, and it's already the 6th. So, anyway, I'm gonna start with my first book, which is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, and this is for Alphabet Goop. As I said, in my CBR I got an H, so Hopeless is perfect for that. One of the reasons why I prefer to wake up early today is because none of my family members are awake, so I have some peace and quiet. Do you hear that? It's gotten worse. I'm pretty sure that was out of focus, so I'm sorry about that. So it is 9:20 a.m. and I am on page 67. I have a few things to say because I've been taking notes. Okay, this book starts off with these two best friends, Six and Sky. The main character is Sky, and what is up with these character names lately? Like, in every book that I've been reading lately, there are like random names. I think her real name is Seven, and she calls herself and makes other people call her Six. It starts off with them inviting guys to their house in their rooms. They have this reputation that people think there are sluts. The amount of times they say that already is too much. They call each other sluts. Sky at the very beginning keeps saying that she's not a slut because she hasn't had sex with any of the boys she kissed, which are a lot. You know what I think about slut shaming. I believe that if, you know, she's a virgin, even if she had sex, who cares, you know? That doesn't make her a slut. Anyway, they're currently with two guys, two best friends, one with each one of them, and Sky is with this guy called Grayson, and he is so gross. Oh my god, they're drunk, so they sent them away, but it was just so gross. Not even 10 pages and I was already bothered. Apparently Sky is adopted and she lives with her adopted mom, Karen, who is a vegan, and Sky's not a vegan, and she keeps saying that vegans have tasteless food, and that is a stereotype, I believe. Like, there is good vegan food out there. I would love to eat more vegan food. You don't have to eat chicken for it to be a tasty meal or any type of meat. But anyway, and they do not have phones, TVs, internet. They don't have any of that. And I'm like, okay, so you don't have a TV, that's understandable. I have a TV, but I don't watch it. I use my computer most of the times and watch Netflix on there. A phone and the internet. I mean, most things nowadays, you need at least an email or a phone number if someone needs to contact you for anything. Like, what if you, I don't know, a doctor's appointment or a job interview? Like, how do they contact you if you don't have an email or a phone number, you know? So I found that so absurd nowadays. So yeah, that was weird. And she has been homeschooled her entire life, And for this year, for her senior year, Six has convinced her to go to public school. And they convinced Karen as well. But now Six is going abroad for a year or a semester, I don't know. She's going to Italy, I believe. And now she's going to her senior year without, you know, having any friends. By the way, Sky has kissed a lot of boys, we know that. But she never has really been very attracted to anyone. And Six always is saying, like, I'd accept you if you were gay. What I don't accept is if you've never experienced lust. And I'm like, asexuals exist, you know, not everybody feels that way. After school, she goes to the grocery store and she meets one of her classmates, and she's apparently very stupid. Like, she doesn't even know that her name tag is written wrong. This guy describes her as like a pretty blonde, and obviously there's that stereotype that blonde equals stupid. So that bothered me as well. But finally we meet the, what is his name again? Dean Holder. The famous Dean Holder, the kind of bad guy that went into juvie and hit a gay boy at school. So we have to discover what happened there. They meet, and all of a sudden he is desperately in need of knowing her name. And I was like creeped out by that, because whoa, calm down. She told him her name after like 3 times he desperately asked, and he didn't believe it. She told him her ID, and in like 10 seconds he memorized everything, like where she lived, when she was born, and all that. And I'm like, oh god, that is stalker type, you know. Hopeless, the title of the book, is actually his tattoo on his arm. Am I the only one who, while, you know, reading and watching movies or shows, keeps thinking about coronavirus? Like, when someone is out in a crowd, I'm thinking, oh no, coronavirus. Or when someone is kissing someone else, a stranger, coronavirus. In this book, Sky ends up not having any more water while she's running, and Dean Holder gives her his water, and so they share a bottle, and all I'm thinking is coronavirus. It's become ingrained in our minds, you know. I can't wait for this to be all over, to not, you know, think about this anymore. I'm at the part of the book in which Six is about to leave. By the way, she eats Nutella and cheese. That's so gross. I'm just imagining cheese with Nutella. So I'm currently watching the live show. It is 8 p.m. where I live. I just ate dinner and I'm on page 150 of Hopeless. I don't know if I'm liking this so far. I'll tell you guys later if I do, but now I'm just going to join the girls and keep on reading this book. I could have read so much more today, but I ended up filming my November wrap-up. That needed to be done because it's already the 6th, so. Good morning, it is the 7th of December. It is 8:45 in the morning. I woke up at 6:20, so a little bit later than yesterday. Let me just go over here so there's better lighting. I've spent the entire morning taking a shower. My hair is still a little bit wet. I just did a little bit of self-care, you know, skincare and overall healthcare that needed to be done. If you see my skin, it hasn't been great lately. You just need it sometimes. So I spent the entire first part of the morning doing that, and I listened to Miley Cyrus' new album, Plastic Hearts, which I think is a great album, by the way. I love Dua Lipa, so the song with Dua Lipa was great. Also, Angels Like You, that song is beautiful. I look like a crazy woman, but look what just arrived. Let me just... So I bought 9 books the other day and 6 of them have arrived. I'm going to do a book haul, so I don't want to like show you properly, but let me just give you a sneak peek. Let's just get my address out of the way. It came in this condition and I was scared for my books. But anyway, this is so exciting. Oh my god, it's falling. I haven't bought a book in so long. Oh, they're all upside down. Perfect. Yes, I'm waiting for the first book. So excited. These are, I am extremely excited for all of these, honestly. This one has been like all year on my wish list. This one, I've been so interested in like nonfiction lately, and I have another one on the way. This one is bigger than the other ones. Like, look at the difference. But yeah, I'm so excited, and other 3 books are going to come soon. I'm going to go eat now. It's lunchtime. Okay, so I am ready to do my update of the day. It is 9:34 p.m. and I am over halfway through this book. I read at a much slower pace today because, as you saw, I received new books and I just got excited and started kind of researching for new books. I don't think I'm enjoying this book. It's kind of torture. I know that that term is a bit exaggerated, but it's very cringy and very cheesy. And speaking of exaggerated, the main characters are so exaggerated. Sky, when she describes her feelings, she exaggerates it so much. And he is annoying. She calls him passionate or whatever, but yeah, passionate is definitely not the right word here. He also has some anger issues. He also looks through her phone without her permission because her friend Sky gives her a phone before she leaves, and she has no idea how to handle this phone. I literally cannot believe she doesn't know anything about technology at 18. She doesn't know about abbreviated words either, like LOL, BTW, OMG. She doesn't know these. Literally, when her phone rang, she thought it was the oven. So he shows up at her house uninvited when her mom is out of town, and they clear things up. Then literally a day after, they fight, but it's not actually a fight because he just sees her bracelet and freaks out. And I'm predicting something, but yeah, he sees this bracelet and asks her who gave it to her. He just stomps off, and then they randomly run together in silence, and then they don't talk to each other for a full month. For that. It's not like they had like a huge fight. After a month, she's asking herself, maybe I should ask him what's the problem, like after a month. She also doesn't know what a Kindle is, and I'm like, girl, where do you live? Don't you see other people with it even though you don't have one? I can't believe that she doesn't know such things. As I said, Sky describes Holder as very passionate, while he just really is exaggerating with his words. Like, when he's trying to explain his feelings towards her, he seems so desperate when he speaks. He says, tell me a term between like and love. What is the term between like and love? That's what I feel for you. And she is like, live. Live is the right term because it is a mix between like and love. And I'm like, so cringy. And when he meets her mom, Karen, he's having like mood swings, I don't know, and Sky says to herself, like, it's in first person, I don't really want Holder having one of his intense moments right now in front of Karen. I don't know that she'll quite understand his passionate approach to life like I'm starting to. And I'm like, nope, that's a no for me. He needs to chill. And yeah, those are all my updates for you. I am trying to keep this as non-spoilery as possible. Okay, so it is the 8th of December and it's 10 a.m. I've been trying to find a good stack of books to spell out a name or a sentence, and while I was doing that, I'm listening to Hopeless on audio. I'm not liking this book, by the way. Anyway, can you guess what I spelled? I will take a picture and post it on Discord and Twitter. I wrote CHRISTMAS. Christmas. It was harder than I thought it would be, honestly. And I like these spines. They're very pink, white, apart from these two down here, and a little bit of orange. So yeah. Activity for the first challenge, done. Okay, so it is 10 p.m. and I finally finished Hopeless. It was kind of torture, guys. 70% through this book, I was getting bored because it was concentrated on the relationship. And I was so over it because I do not like these characters. The main characters, Sky and Dean Holder. I do not like them. I do not like them. 70% through, though, reveals start happening, you know, and then I got interested because yes, I predicted a lot. It is predictable, and I feel so stupid for not predicting like the very last reveal, because I knew there were some connections there, but I didn't fully realize something. So it was shocking at the moment. I was like, oh, really? But the characters didn't make me love it at all. So I was torn between, I'm gonna give this book 1 star, and but those reveals though, it's sad. Like if I were to do a reread, rewrite, or burn challenge, and this came out with, you know, it depends on which other 2 books come out, but I would definitely rewrite this if I knew how to write properly, because I would change the characters and the relationship. They annoyed me so much, and that is why I say it was torture. Most of their communication, especially at the beginning, at the first 50%, is accidental, because Sky always is talking, is rambling, and she slips things, you know, that she doesn't actually mean to tell him. And that's how the plot moves along. We discover things about her past. That was the most important, the most interesting part for me, you know, discovering her past. There was a part in which Holder is drunk and she's turned on by that, and I'm like, do you remember at the very first chapter you were with Grayson and you didn't like that, you sent him away? That yeah, Holder does some questionable things. He goes into her room through the window. They always have unlocked windows, and he does that while she's sleeping. He did that like twice. The first time she heard him coming in and she was kind of tense because she wasn't sure if it was him. And the second time she woke up in the middle of the night because she had a nightmare and he was there. She was startled, obviously. Also, there was that chapter at the end between 2 reveals that was so unnecessary for me. I guess that was like a chapter break, but it was random because they were eating at a place, they were having lunch, and they played this game in which they ask each other questions, random questions, and he asks her, are you on birth control? And she answers, no, I'm not. And then he says, let me just quote it, well, I want you on it. Make an appointment this week. And I'm like, chill. Six and Brecken disappear at the last part because all these reveals are happening, so they're not important in the story anymore. And yeah, this book was very depressing, very sad. I feel very heavy after reading this. And unfortunately, there are a lot of stereotypes, a lot of slut shaming that bothered me. The only thing that I liked were the reveals and knowing what happened to her in the past.
that's it. So up until 70%, I was like, maybe I'm going to give this 1 star. I never give out 1 stars. I never do. I don't know why. I just don't feel like giving 1 stars. But then interesting things happened, kinda, and I'm gonna give it 2 stars, I think, only for that reason. I'm going to update the Google Doc. Yeah, so I'm going to earn Green Team some points. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow because I'm doing this until the 20th. So yeah, challenge 1 completed.